Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much for listening to this YouTube channel. So, February, ano tuloy? May, no? May 13, Friday the 13th, our index, no, drop another 153.13 points, are down 2.31%, no? Value turnover is quite big, no? At around 10 uh, 0.6 billion pesos, no? It accelerated yung selling pressure natin. People are blaming it's because of BBM, no? Hindi lang BBM yan eh, no? It's a risk off sentiment by the investors, no? Uh, so a so the index, no, continued its wait and see mode, no, and huge net selling from foreigners, no. Uh, of course, volume were higher than the usual, no. Year to date average is around 7 billion. We were dropping at this pace at around 4 5 billion average value per day. It accelerated uh, when BBM was leading the early exit polls, no, last May 10, no. But right now people are already in this acceptance stage, no. Wala na eh. It's a runaway winner, no. So actually for me it's a good news that he's leading by a big margin. It only means that the Filipinos, no, or there's a majority. It's a clear mandate, no? Unlike when Fidel Ramos won in 1992, it's a close fight between number one and number two. Fidel Ramos was around one with 5 million votes. I think uh, Defensor Santiago was second place at around close fight. It's a close fight, no? It's a clear mandate, no? Duterte won with 16 million. Pinoy, I think, around 15. I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, no? Wala tayong data here. Forgot na that, no? So, right now, it's a super majority, no? So, uh, of course, Lenny, uh, from 8% went to as high as 28%, no? So, talagang, if you notice, the numbers are pretty much uh, dikit, no? What's dikit? Uh, dikit sa surveys lang yung numbers nila. So pretty much it reflects, it mirrors the early surveys, no? So of course, the peak movement of Lenny Robredo is also young. It just started around October 2021, no? So it's a less than a year movement, no? So after she stepped down on June 30, on July 1, she will be a private citizen na. And she will be starting her own foundation, the Angat Buhay na Foundation. And it will be the biggest NGO, non-government, diba? So let's see. Of course, the Marcoses have been planning this all along, no? Since they arrived 1989, no? It's a decade plan. So they have the machinery there. Uh, si Lenny naman talagang late tumakbo yan eh, no? Actually, she has no plans of running for the highest position in the country, no? In fact, if you check the 2021 news, she plans to run for governor sa Camarines Sur. This is also why she's building a home outside Naga, no, for her to run as governor. Uh, Her motivation to run as president, uh, no, was only because BBM is running, no? Yun lang naman yun, no? So unfortunately, time is not on her side, no? She has no machinery, no, things like that. compared to 2016, no, she also filed late, no. Unfortunately, uh, it's a different situation before, no. In 2016, uh, she was part of the administration, no. It's Pinoy, no, is looking for his next uh, candidates, no. It's Mar Rojas and Lenny Robredo. So definitely they have the machinery, no. Unlike Lenny Robredo, who ran as independent, no. So clearly, we can see this movement growing, no. So what's next, no, for BBM? Of course, we want to see his list of cabinet members, no. In my past video, I already discussed some of them, and we were right, no. If you follow my Twitter account, no, it's a more real-time update. Kasi pag YouTube, you need to record that, and I cannot do that in the office. I'm already working, no. So minsan nalilate tayo sa pag-upload, no. So please bear, um, di ba? I apologize for that, no. So sa minsan sa Twitter tayo, no, I uploaded that as early as anyway, nauna pa tayo with some media outlets there, no? And people are looking for sources, and we just don't want to leak them, no. And we were right, no. Abalos will be heading the DILG. I don't know what will be his arrangement since he won as Mandaluyong mayor, si Benhur Abalos. But right now, the crucial departments, no, will be Department of Finance and Department of Agriculture. I don't know who will be leading those departments, no. Of course, there are leading candidates: Cesar Purisima, Walter Wasmer of BDO, Vic Veloso of PNB. Unfortunately, it looks like the two bankers declined the position. That's why BBM has a hard time announcing his DOF secretary. And right now, there are rumors of Dennis Montesillo leading Department of Finance. Dennis Montesillo used to be the president of BPI Capital, and currently I think one of the directors of RASLAG, who will be conducting an IPO in the next few weeks. So let's monitor that, no. That's very crucial. At least once they announce a very competitive finance secretary, it would calm down the market, no. Right now, people are on a panic mode. Kasamahan mo pa ng bad sentiments from global markets. I'm really expecting the market or our index to bounce back last Friday. If you check my Twitter account, I'm expecting our index to bounce at least 100 points. No, that's my first fearless forecast for Friday the 13th. My second fearless forecast, no, was UP to win by 3 points. And congratulations to UP Fighting Maroons for beating the Ateneo Gilas Eagles, no. Gold win Monteverde, no. Outclass Coach Tab Baldwin, no. No, of course, that's not a guessing game lang. There's some mathematical equations there, and clearly it's a 3-point victory by the UP Fighting Maroons, no, led by JD Kagulangan, no. It's a calculated. Anyway, most of the global markets have already rebounded, and tayo laglag, no. So let's expect Monday to be a better market for us. There's a lot of good companies worth looking at, no. SEC B below 90, it's a very attractive price. AP is quite attractive. FGen, no, despite of course it's FGen is attractive. Unfortunately, you have issues with liquidity there. The risk reward there, no, might be attractive because of its fundamentals. The risk there is, of course, once KKR decides to buy more shares because, di ba? Once they decides to privatize them, no? It is subject for delisting na. But of course, there will be another tender offer for that. And that we all know that uh, what price KKR bought the second block there. So there's you're getting the whole upside there. It's a matter of when, no? Right now, the public float for FGen is around 11%. So it's not a surprise anymore, no? They privatized EDC before, and what's stopping them from privatizing FGen if no one wants them naman? Let's get FGen for ourselves. Ganun na lang yung mentality nila there, no? Oh, in 2016, remember, no? It's also a doomsday scenario when Duterte won the elections. What is he doing there? Di ba? Of course, he's not a economist. He's not no. There's what's his policy? What's his platform? Of course, we all know naman during the past debates, his platform is really to kill, to stop drugs uh, within 6 months, and we all know that's a failure. His drug campaign, no? He wants to plant our national flag sa West Philippine Sea, and that didn't happen. No? Put a jets, di ba? Ride a jet ski going to Scarborough show, and wala, no? It's all talk, no? And he continues to gain uh, positive ratings, no? For for his popularity. That's why he won, no? Of course, there are rumors na that's why no? There are rumors nga na pre-campaign period, it was Sara Duterte leading the presidential election, but unfortunately she's too young for that, no? Parang ayaw niya talaga, and that's what angered the older Duterte. Hey, you're leading the surveys. BBM is just around 15% compared to Sara's 30%. Why will you run as his VP? Siyempre, di ba? Dun nagsimula yung galit, no? Although, please confirm if this is true or not, no? But I've been hearing rumors about that, and that's why Sara Duterte filed for Davao's mayor post, no, to at least anger her dad more, no. It was unfortunately Sami Uy and PGMA who brokered the deal na BBM will be running as president and Sara as his vice president, no. And it formed one of the biggest coalition in our history, no. Uni team, no? Eagle, or ano ba tawag doon? Lion from the north and tiger from the south, no? And it's a clear mandate, no? 31 million Filipinos voted for them, no? Of course, BBM naman, we all know naman, he's happy with his situation. He just want to clean his family's name, but like he has this carefree attitude, eh. Parang he doesn't care, no? So that's the problem here. But I'm cautiously optimistic about the market because as long as he has a good economic team, then hindi siya makialam, no? He doesn't get involved with his economic team's policy, then it's okay, no? Doon naman magkakasimula yan if you are too bright, too genius, too knowledgeable, no? Everything your cabinet, di ba? Kung ano lahat pinapakailaman mo, doon magkaka-problem there, no? And unfortunately, PGMA who brokered that deal, no, wants to be the next Speaker of the House. Unfortunately, it's a power game, and last night, BBM introduced his cousin, Congressman Martin Romualdez, as the next Speaker of the House. Dun nagalit si Gloria, PGMA, no? she was expecting to be the next speaker. Unfortunately, uh, being the speaker means that you are the fourth highest government official in the land, no? Uh, Wala na, no? It's a family affair. Uh, Marcos, Bongbong Marcos as president, and Martin Romualdez as the Speaker of the House, fourth highest position. Just imagine if they elect Amy Marcos as Senate President. No, talagang family gathering yan. Unfortunately, they want some sa Senate naman. It looks like na talagang they're pushing for Cynthia Villar to be the Senate President. No, actually, for me, it's a blessing that Lenny didn't win this election because if you check the composition of the Senate and the Congress, she will be outnumbered, no? And she will have a hard time passing any reforms that she wants, no? Talagang that's how constitution works, eh. You're the leader, but you don't have the numbers, eh. Unlike BBM, no? He has the Senate, he has the Congress, no? So right now, if you don't know the history of PGMA and Martin Romualdez, she took Martin Romualdez under her wings, no, and in in her tenure as president, no, she she brought Martin Romualdez in all her trips abroad, no, talagang protege niya yan, eh. Then under Pinoy's term, Martin Romualdez was elected as minority floor leader, and during Duterte's term, no, umakyat siya as majority floor leader. Right now, wala, no, bahala sila magkagulo dyan. We're just waiting for the Secretary of Finance, no, at least that would calm the market. In 2016 nga, sabi ko nga, it's the same doomsday scenario, no. Anong alam ni Duterte dyan? Ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. But when the market floated that that the OF will be headed by Sonny Dominguez. At first, no, Sonny Dominguez rejected the position, no, hey, like this, like that. Then after few days, no, after Duterte won the national election, Sonny Dominguez accepted the role through Salvador Panelo, no. It was Salvador, if I remember it correctly, Salvador Panelo announced na the OF will be headed by Sonny Dominguez. That calmed the market, no. At least, oh, ganun. If you don't know Sonny Dominguez headed the agriculture department under Cory's term, no. He's bright, no. He's a businessman, but he's also a very bright guy, eh, no. He owns several businesses in Davao. I think the Marco Polo Hotel there, no. So right now, several names are being floated as the next DOF secretary, but I would be surprised if they. It looks like the two bankers rejected the DOF secretary na, no. The earlier names na being floated were Walter Wasmer of BDO and Vic Veloso. Of course, it's a very controversial, critical role, eh. Our economy is sinking. We're absorbing a 13 trillion debt, and the next DOF secretary will have a hard time with that, no. Knowing Walter Wasmer, no, he's good, no, but iba yung work, no, from private to government, no. Baka di niya masikmura, eh, ganun. There's some it's a difficult adjustment. And what's the connection of Walter Wasmer with BBM, no? They're classmates in LSGH. Unfortunately, that's for 1 year lang, eh, no. Walter Wasmer can lead SSSGSIS, no, one of the state funds, but DOF is very crucial, no. We're waiting for that. With regards to agriculture, no, William Dar, our current Department of Agriculture, is also applying for that role. Unfortunately, there's no announcement for that yet, no. the role of BBM, no, if you know, no, he plans to put a price cap on rice at 20 pesos per kilo, 20 to 30 pesos per kilo. That's a difficult job, no, but I asked several agricultural experts, no, it's doable, but it's not impossible, but uh, very difficult job, no. You need to have rice subsidy, and you need to produce higher yield on your agriculture land, no. Remember, Philippines is an agriculture land, no. It's our strength, no, unlike other countries, Singapore, where they have land shortage, no. uh, in fact, in China, no, they have this food shortage in the 1970s, and it was solved through a hybrid technology, hybrid seeds, no. And right now we have that power right now. So during the time of Marcos Senior, there's this Masagana 99 project. It's a failure because farmers, actually it's a failed project because yung mga credits ng mga farmers yan, no, people took advantage, no, of that credit facility, no. So ano yung Masagana 99? You can check that in the internet, no. For every hectare of land, no, that land would produce 99 kabans of palay, no, of rice, di ba? Right now there's this hybrid uh, company in the Philippines, no, SL Agritech, no. They have this Masagana 300, no. Of course, these seeds are are more expensive than the usual seeds, no, but it produces more, yeah, the output is more, no, for every area. uh, they can produce 300 kabans, no. Of course, that would solve the rice shortage, no. We will not import, we will not depend on other country anymore. That's the problem here, no. We are an agricultural land, but we keep on importing, no, rice, no. What happened during the 1990s, no? Di ba, in the 1990s we have this rice institute, no. We are the rice bowl of, ano ba tawag doon in Asia, no, rice basin ba, what's the right, ano, ba? Tapos naiwan na tayo ng mga Vietnam and other countries, no. Of course, 20 pesos per kilo rice is doable, but very difficult job, no. You need to provide subsidy to farmers, and you need to buy the hybrid seeds at a much lower price. And with a 13 trillion debt, no, hindi naman pwede subsidy lang. And what's next, no? The next administration is planning to increase taxes again. Of course, they cannot just increase taxes. Why? During the term of Duterte, he passed several tax reform, no? The create law which at least simplified the taxes, no? O, di ba? If you notice that create law at least simplified, no? If di nyo ramdam, no, mas malaki yung nakuha natin, no, na take home versus before that create law was passed, no. The tax bracket were improved, no. But right now they're looking to increase taxes again. So I don't know how will they do that, no. What I'm suggesting is really the next administration should just privatize idle government assets, no. We have several mining sites na can be sold, no. Of course, under BBM's presidency, he's looking to revive the Bataan nuclear power plant. But if you check the capacity, no, it's a good project, bad execution, no. It was started during the time of his father. Unfortunately, it was shelve out, no, because of security concerns. We all know what happened to Chernobyl, no, yung meltdown there, and with Bataan as a very, of course, that is marred with corruption there, no, and unfortunately, Bataan is very crucial. Just imagine we are in that uh, Pacific Ring of Fire, no? In 2011, a tsunami destroyed Fukushima, which triggered a meltdown. In the next few years, no, walang pumunta sa Japan, no? They had a hard time selling Japan as the next tourist destination because of that contamination. Just imagine we had a meltdown in Bataan. The areas that will be affected will be Cavite, Manila, no, Laguna, no, and that's very critical in our next uh, development. And if you check the Bataan nuclear power plant, it just has the capacity is just around 600 megawatts, which is quite small. That can be addressed by building more solar farms, by building more uh, windmills in Mabini, Batangas, no? So, let's see, no? Minsan you don't need to uh, of course the technology also is also outdated na, no? In that Bataan, that's at what, 40-year-old plant, no? Of course the technology used before is totally different from the technology right now, no? Wala na yata yung mga machines so talagang uh, it's a shell na lang eh, no? Diba? Anyway, no, let's expect our market to bounce on Monday, no? Anyway, welcome to another lecture, no? It's a long introduction, no? I'm quite busy the past few days, and please don't forget to follow PSE Stock Tips Daily, no? There will be times I'll be uploading this video there, but I just need to increase my subscriber here, no, sa Chinoy Diary, no? So please bear with me on that, no? Once I hit my target here, I'll start uploading the daily market updates on PSE Stock Tips Daily na, and I will put all my travel and food vlogs here para mahiwalay natin, no? So anyway, keep supporting this, guys, no? Keep supporting this channel. I'm not asking anything from you, so I don't mind people na I don't know, no? So people are yun nga, some of them got lost now waiting for me to upload on the other channel, no? If you know someone, no, please redirect them here again, no? I don't mind people unfollowing me, no, because sabi ko nga, this is just a hobby that I started lang, no? And wala, I can talk about the market for 2-3 hours, and I don't mind people not listening to me, no? Parang lecture lang naman sa akin to, no? Anyway, yun, no? If you have any questions, feel free to post them, no? I'll answer everything and anything under the sun, no? So it's a quite busy day. So anyway, that's it for that recap, no? But yun nga, yesterday, no, Friday the 13th, we also saw some MSCI announcement which triggered some massive movements from certain stocks, no? What is MSCI? It's Morgan Stanley, what's the letter C, Capital yata, yun, no? It's one of the index trackers that's being followed by institutional investors, no? Not just locally but globally. Their role is really to make an index. They're really paid for that, no? They have a systematic method. Actually, I know how they compute for that, no? Because in fact, no, they have an office here, no? It's in Zwilig, Makati. Just so you know, no? People, the work is being outsourced here na sa Philippines, no? So even other markets are being outsourced here, no? Cheaper rate, no? But they have also satellite office in Hong Kong and in other countries, no? Switzerland, yeah, Switzerland. I know a lot, no, because yun nga, sabi ko nga, I have quite a lot of experience. So anyway, Morgan Stanley is an index tracker. So once they add a stock to an index, no, expect institutional investors to buy that stock, no. Of course, there will be an effectivity date, no. So that effectivity date, if you want to be as accurate as possible, you want to buy as close to as they want to, di ba? The effectivity date, no, if you want to be as accurate as possible, no, the closer to that effectivity date, the better for that index funds. But no one's stopping from the funds to buy ahead, no. Of course, they can just buy it with using other funds and just rebook it to another fund, no, on effectivity date, no. So once a stock is added to the MSCI fund, there's they have no choice but to add, no, their position, no. That's why we saw some volume in Converge, no. It was added to the Philippine Standard Index, no. No? And we saw some movement for SM Prime Monde and PLDT. This is also the reason why PLDT has been very strong the past few days. We're monitoring it, and it's there despite the sell-off in the market. It's at 52-week high, no. So there's some weight changes, and fund managers globally have no choice but to increase their position in Monde, in SM Prime and PLDT, no. Yun, no. So the other index provider that global investors are tracking is the FTSE or FTSE, no. So there. The Of course, Prof, why are they killing Ali, AC, and AEV? So MSCI, finally, this is the closest answer that we could think of, no, because MSCI just decreased the weights, no, for these three issues: Ayala Land, AC, and AEV, no. So decrease the weight in their portfolio, no. So they have no choice but to decrease, no, sell, no. Ganon, no. Of course, you can take advantage of that because they're not looking at the fundamentals, no. It's because of liquidity and some changes in their portfolio composition, no. Of course, it also got affected with the Russia-Ukraine war then, no. By the way, no, our index dropped because next week there are hints that BSP might be raising interest rates, no? So let's monitor that. May 17 or 19 ata, no? I'll check the calendar, no? It's because of US rin yan, no? And Prof, why is our wala tayong topic na tumatalon-talon yung topic natin kasi sabi ko when I do this vlog, wala tayong Codigo, wala tayong lahat, no? Prof, we had IQ first quarter GDP at 8 something percent, 8.1 or 8.3, no? That's a good news, diba? Of course, that's a good news. Unfortunately, if you check the why we reported that number, no, we need also to check the reason. You don't just look at the numbers. If you check the GDP last quarter, it was purely revenge spending, no. People went out, went shopping, that's election spending, no. People supported their candidates, bought tarpaulins, bought diba, especially the campaign of Leni Robredo. It's a volunteer driven, no, people driven, no. Not much from the government, no. Of course, there's a election ban rin, no, for the government not to conduct road repairs, no, or what, no, before the elections, no. Pero that's an outlier, no. We will see the real GDP by second quarter, and there might be a slowdown, no. But that 8 point something GDP is quite high, no. Revenge spending lang, yung mga tao lang yung gumagastos because people already tired of this COVID. And yesterday, you know, there's a new cases na naman, no, but there's no surge yet. I don't know if that's the true scenario here because sabi ko nga, if you don't get tested, then there's nothing to report. No, we're very tired of uh, g- uh, going going to laboratories to get ourselves tested. No, why? It's expensive. No, yeah, getting PCR. No, for you to be included in that head count. No, of COVID cases, you need to be positive via PCR, and that's quite expensive. I think that's around 1,500 or 2,000 pesos, and not everyone can afford that. No, just imagine a average Filipino earning 500 pesos daily. No, he suddenly gets a uh, fever. Do you think he will go there, no, and get himself tested? Of course not. No, the it looks like now he will just stay at home, no, and uh, drink some medicine, no. Talagang sayang, no. 500 pesos, no, will will get him a few kilo of bigas, of rice, and some noodles, no, instead, di ba? Why will he spend uh 3 days worth of his salary for him to get tested? No, there's no, di ba? In other countries kasi, uh, PCR tests are free, no? So, talagang people are going out to get themselves tested. Dito, wala, may bayad. Why will you afford? Why will you spend? So, if you don't get yourself tested, then there's nothing to report. So, I don't know, no? And, uh, I don't know, if there's some protest outside the street, the one way of stopping them, no, is to uh, takutin, no? To create fear, no, so government can just report, hey, di ba, same thing happened during December, no. We started reporting 100 cases lang, then there's a sudden surge, no, when this Poblacion girl, no, si Gwyneth Chua, went out of her quarantine hotel, no, and partied with her friends, no. That triggered, no, at least that created a chaos, no. Tapos ang dami nagalit na doon, no? And we started reporting 30,000 COVID cases daily. So right now there's no surge yet, but we don't know 2 weeks from now. So that might be a uh, that might be a concern. No? Lalo na there's this sub-variant ng Omicron which is more contagious but less deadly. No? But we cannot afford any lockdown anymore. No? Our economy is bleeding na. And with the new government, new administration, we need to have a new DOH secretary. No? I hope Secretary Duque will just end his term. No? Of course, his pandemic response is a failure. No? If you notice, our pandemic response was lockdown, no lockdown. Yun lang. No? The past 2 years, that's our observation, no. Dapat PCR tests are being given for free, no. And part of the pandemic response was to increase the vaccination rate of our population. Right now, majority of the populations are fully vaccinated. Unfortunately, the vaccines uh, are, what's the right term? Nawawala ng bisa, winding down ba? No? So every 3 to 6 months dapat nagpapa-booster 'yan. And if you notice uh, the booster shot rates, no, it's low, no. So dapat nga dun sa vaccine sites, no, there's dun sa precincts, no, dun sa voting sites, no, there's a DOH vaccination drive there, no. So 'di ba, 2 in 1, no, people are lining up there to get themselves ano rin, no, they're there to vote at the same time. Pa-vaccine na rin sila, booster shot, no, 2 in 1 drive, wala no. So I don't know if we will have any surges in the next future, but we cannot afford any lockdown anymore, no. And we really need to shift from a pandemic mindset to an endemic mindset, no? Diba? Anyway, these are the uh, these are the outflows. No, people are curious. No, what's with the what's with the sell off, no, on these Ali issues, no. If you notice, the additions on uh Converge, no, will have a, I think, an inflow of 2.23%, no, and a weight increase in SM Prime, no, so that's around plus 1.38%. Monde will have a 0.80%, no. PLDT is up, will have an increase of 0.57% in the MSCI index, no. And at top, weight decrease, no, for Ali it's down 1.06%. This is also the reason why that's a sell off. But there's also an opportunity for Ali. Just imagine we're buying Ali at its 52-week low, no, and konting kembot na lang, no, a few more swing there, we can buy Ali at March 2020 drop, no, at 20 pesos. Of course, I'm not expecting Ali to drop further there, but there's an opportunity. 24, 25 pesos is already quite attractive for Ali. That's an opportunity there. Of course, any weight increase is an opportunity to sell. We just need to reverse, no, our way of thinking, no. AC will have a weight decrease of 1.02%. AEV will have a weight decrease of 0.63%. I'm just waiting for the calculations for the exact number of shares, but para at least we have an idea how many shares are being sold by these foreign investors, no. Of course, these other issues, no, will be added to the MSCI Philippine Small Cap Index, no. RCR will have a weight increase of 5.46%. MRate will have a weight increase in 3.34%. SGP will have a weight increase of 3.05%, no. No, SGP, despite having its follow-on offering just last year, no, was already included the Philippine Small Cap Index. So expect inflows from these three issues, no. Deletions, no, from the Philippine Small Cap Index were FGen, which will have an outflow of 2.48%, no. That's quite big. FGen is very much undervalued, no. It's already cheap, no, at 24, 25 pesos, but no one wants it, even the institutional investors, no, diba? Because of its liquidity issues. It's around 11%, no. So KKR can just privatize it, no, and just do a third tender offer for this. Fly, no, will have an outflow of around 1.76%, and please expect weight decrease from Semirara, which have an outflow of 1.35%, no. This is also the reason why Semirara has been weak the past few days. Of course, they know ahead of the announcement already, no. They have some, that's why they have analysts to at least forecast the MSCI announcement, no. RLC will have an outflow of 1.29%, and DMC will have an outflow of 1.29%. So for the MSCI EM index, no, there will be a total marginal increase of around 0.013%, no. So if you had a hard time listening to my announcement, no, please just use the replay button, no. So there, no. So in our index, no, 5 index went up, 2 index went down, 23 unchanged, no. Generally the sentiment, no, for the whole index, for the whole market, it's 68 stocks went up, 126 stocks went down, 41 unchanged. This is the MSCI announcement push Monde up 5.59%. Unfortunately, sabi ko nga, aside from the MSCI announcement, Monde, had some has to comply, no, with the new adjustments in the index, no. So funds bought Monde at the close, no, at least to comply with the uh, index new weights, which saw Monde increase due to its increased free float, no. Kaya pinipilit umakyat, no. Monde is up 5.59%. Converge, no, it's up 4.72%. SM Prime up 4.62%. No, there's a sudden interest in this stock because of the MSCI announcement, no. Uh, of course that we there's an effectivity date for that, no. Hindi siya bigla-biglaan, no. So that's the last day to rebalance, no. So you can take advantage of that, no. PLDT is up 1.1%, AGI is up 0.52%. Laggards, no, URC, no, which continues to drop, no, dropping 6.36%. AC is dropping. No one wants AC right now, but there's an opportunity here, no. Same with Ali, SecB. Talagang hawa-hawa effect yan, no. AEV down 6%, Globe down 5.90%, Ali it's down 5.66%, no. Anyway, Bloomberry, no, the other day, people are buying Bloomberry because Enrique Razon signed a term sheet with Dennis Uy, no. And it looks like Dennis Uy is really selling his companies, no. Yesterday, no, he signed a deal, no, to sell his buildings in Clark to Calvar, no. Calvar is an US firm, no, who invests in distressed assets, no. It looks like Dennis Uy is not done selling, no. Of course, he's an ally with Duterte, but I'm not really sure what is his role under a BBM presidency. Of course, he's trying to make friends with him, but it looks like na BBM has his own set of friends, di ba? So just to be safe, no, sell na lang, no. And I would be surprised if he sells his other asset, no, such as Chelsea and Dito, no. We were right when he sold, or at least he's trying to sell PHR, no. Remember, last February there was a sudden surge in PHR, and we were right. Nasabi ko nga, Dennis Uy is having a hard time financing his project, and the only way it will succeed if he sells it, no, or at least find a good partner. And we were right again that the white knight in PHR is Enrique Razon, no. So in this channel we don't speculate, we anticipate, no. So that's a clear that's the difference. So people are no, if you're speculating, there's no basis for that. But if you're anticipating, then you calculated every move, no. Of course, the same way we're anticipating that the next speaker will be PGMA. Unfortunately, there's a power struggle there, no, parang Game of Thrones na lang, and no, people are killing for that position, and it will be Martin Romualdez, no. Same thing in stocks, no. If you have no basis, then you're speculating. But if you studied all the options, then you're anticipating. It's just a matter of when. And they finally announced that after the election, no. So Enrique Razon is partnering, or at least buying, no, signed a term sheet, no. Of course, what's a term sheet? It's a non-binding agreement, no. Of course, there will be some closing statements. So just be cautious. Why? Of course, with PHR, I don't think Enrique Razon will be buying at a premium, no. There's some issues with that, no. Of course, Enrique Razon, it looks like Enrique Razon is not done shopping, no. He started his shopping spree when he bought Manila Water in 2019 from the Ayalas. Then 2020, last year, he started buying the minority shares in Apex, and recently PHR. And like what I said, he will continue to shop, no. What I like about Enrique Razon is just look at his ICT company, no. It's one of the best performing index stocks out there. Of course, they will be, sorry, patalon-talon yung topic natin. Wala talaga tayong cheat code here. Wala tayong, I'm just I just keep talking about the market, no? ICT is one of the best performing index stock out there. I think it's above 200 something na, no? It's near the 52-week high, di ba? Everyone was dropping, but look at ICT, no? They continue their merger and acquisition play, no? In other countries, South Africa, in Latin America, di ba? And these merger and acquisitions play, no, will not have much effect on their balance sheet. They're very strong, no? And the only reason for it to go down is on, of course, the lockdown on China. It will have some effect on their performance, but it's the eighth largest port uh, in the world, no? So there's no stopping them, no? But of course, laki nun, eh. Their CFO is Joel Consing, no, which is very bright, uh, no? It's a good management, no? They have a very good management. They have a very uh, diba? Good chairman, no? Enrique Razon is friends with every administration, no? ERA, PGMA, Pinoy is really a, no, an ally. He's what's the writer? Social butterfly ba yun? Basta he's friends with everyone, no? Unlike other tycoons, no? Na talaga namimili ng administration, no? So Dennis is also trying to sell the Malampaya, which he just recently bought, no? So let's see if there are takers for that. Dito, for one, will be it looks like he will have a hard time selling that, no? Of course, who wants a losing business? You're competing with PLDT, you're competing with Globe, no? Dito, partnered with China Telecom, no? Of course, he can just sell them with a Chinese telecom, but I don't know, no? But if you are a sound businessman, no? If your goal is for profits, he will have a hard time looking for a buyer. But if the buyer wants to have a iba yung agenda, then mabilis na lang yan, no? It really depends, no? Right now, if you check the Dito promos, no? It's very uh, nakakagulat, no? The data that they're selling is quite big, no? But they're also venturing to fix broadband, no? That is shopping them, no? I'm not really surprised with that. Even Phoenix na, even their food business, Contis, no? Anyway, Bloomberry, no, they reported a net income of around 679 million in first quarter, no. It's a turnaround company, no. Remember, they were Bloomberry was one of the stock that got affected because of the pandemic, no, because of the lockdowns, because no one is betting, no. Their business model is really on high rollers, high VIP players from abroad, no. Because of these easing in restrictions, no, people are starting to visit Soler again, no. That's a ano na eh, nalulong sa sugal, no. And like what I said, during the first quarter of this year, I also went to Soler, no, to eat at my favorite buffet restaurant, Finestra, no. So it's a turnaround company, no. Market is recovering, no. Some companies are already back at pre-pandemic levels, and some are just on a L-shape recovery, no? Yung iba nga V-shape, no? Sudden drop, tas sudden balik rin, no? Sudden up. For tourism and casino business, no? They will have a hard time, no? But they're recovering and coming from a low base. Bloomberry is one of them, and it was removed from the index. So let's see if they will be added again in the next rebalancing ng index, no? So they reported a 679 million net income in first quarter, reversing from a net loss the same period last year, no? So they're looking to sustain the recovery for the rest of the year. They're also building another casino in Quezon City. I think that's near Trinoma. I'm not really familiar with the area there, no? I haven't been in Trinoma for the past 5 years, so I don't know if the casino there is already, diba, in the structure. But yun nga, his Soler is buying the Clark project of Dennis Uy and the Cebu project, no. Recently, RLC's casino in Cebu has already they had a soft launching, no? The new Star Hotel, no? Deck Go of RLC is there. His wife, Winnie Go, is there, and some VIPs. I know because I know, di ba? So we were invited for that grand launch, no? So ganda, no? MRSGI, no? This is one of the stocks of the Gaisano family. Continues to uh, it's one of the losing money, no? Dapat ibenta na lang to, no? Continues to drop, no? 2.21%. No? Posted a net income, no? Of 33 million in first quarter, up by 126.4% from the same period last year, driven by a 23.4% rise in comparable store sales and contribution of the four new store formats that opened last year. I still remember that MRSGI is one of the favorite companies of fund managers during the bull market, no? Same with SSI and same with Melco, no? Unfortunately, it continues to bleed. That's why they started rebalancing their portfolio, no? Na audit eh. Pangit, no? PNB is down 1.51%, no? They reported a growth in net income of 57% to 2.81 billion year on year in first quarter because of improved net interest income and net reversals of credit provisions booked during the period. No? Please note that they sold some properties to Razon, no? So that at least would have a one-time gain in their balance sheet, no? They sold some property near the harbor area in Manila, no? Jerry, no, posted a net income of 412 million in first quarter as they saw some demand for their property offerings, no. Jerry is also the property company of Andrew Tan, no. Unfortunately, there's a overhang here, no. It's undervalued, no, but as the stock goes up, no, it will be there's a selling pressure from the old shareholders, no, from the Sobrepena family, no. Please note that Jerry used to be Phil Estate, no. Sobrepena. That's why no. Yun nga, no. The only time na I will be bullish on Jerry is if Andrew Tan decides to merge Jerry with Mega World, no. It happened before, no. SMDC was merged to SM Prime. That's why SM Prime was the value, di ba, was unlocked, no. Same with Mega World, no. The only time I will be bullish with Mega World if Andrew Tan decides to merge Jerry, Ellie, and Santras, no. Santras is no, already owned by a Chinese company na, no. With Mega World, no. no, it's up 2.04%. It's above IPO, but it's below the first continues to decline, no. Parang 150 na lang yata, below 2 pesos, no. It's overvalued, but like what I said, no, even at IPO price, it's already overvalued. But let the market decide. The play here on Merrimart is not really on its earnings, no, which they reported a net income of 34 million in 2021, no, which is down 29% year on year because of a one-time tax adjustment, no. The play here is really for Injap to use all his IPO proceeds for his expansion. Then after that, now once he consummated that, he will probably do a fundraising via stock rights offering or via follow-on offering. The same playbook he did with Double Dragon, no. Remember, Double Dragon went from 2 pesos to 80 pesos because of that playbook. He can also do that on Merrimart. Unfortunately, he had problems with the expansion on Double Dragons, no. That's why it's a failure, but he cannot fail on Merrimart, no. Majority of the shares are under his Injap holdings, no. Unlike in Double Dragon, there are a lot of shareholders there, no. But for Merrimart, no, it continues to drop because all the shares are under retail investors, diba? So there, no? He should continue improving the business model, no? But right now, it looks like na hinayaan muna niya, no? He set aside his Merrimart first, no? He is busy with the central hub, no? And with the MPR, no? That's why he has some IPO proceeds left for Merrimart, no? But if he is really very he's a good guy, no? Street smart. Unfortunately, the market is really unforgiving or ano, di ba? That's why it continues to drop, no? But it went to as high as 8 pesos, no? But once these institutional investors started buying Merrimart, then probably it will reach another. I remember seeing Double Dragon went to as high as 100 billion market cap, even higher than Mega World, even higher than ICT that time, no, 2017, because of his promise to build 100 city malls by 2020. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because if you know the structure of city malls ownership, no, SM owns 33% for that, no, and there's a hidden agenda there, no. Of course, SM wants to build his own malls, no. They own Walter Mart, they own Primark, no. That's why will they build city malls na social lang sila, no. They're part owner, no. That's why Injap just opened few city malls, no, and he was not able to build 100 city malls that time, no. He's having a hard time expanding, unlike Merrimart, no. He owns 80% of Merrimart, no. Unfortunately, people also shifted their consumer behavior, no. Remember before, no, we used to buy groceries from supermarket, but right now people are doing shopping online na, no. So it's not a store count na eh, no. So we need to find ways to unlock shareholders value. Shakey's, no, posted a net income of 76 million in first quarter, which is around 2.7 times higher than the same period last year, as they benefited from reopening play, no. There's a resurgence in dine-in sales, no, and some sustained off-premise business, no. So reopening place, same with Jollibee, but unfortunately there's no volume with this, eh. That's why I'm not really monitoring. But Jollibee is one of the main beneficiary of the reopening play, no. People are going out and buying Jollibee na, no, and continues to diba? PAL, no, posted a net income of 1.2 billion in first quarter, reflecting a strong recovery, no. Revenge travel is real, no. AC, no, Ayala Corp in first quarter net income increased 45% year-on-year to 7.8 billion on the back of better contributions from Ali, BPI, and Globe, no. As Globe, no, sold its data center, no, which at least help the company's Q1 results, no? But there's still an outflow from MSCI, so we can buy AC cheaper. There's a opportunity there, no. So let's monitor that, no. Eagle Cement declared a cash dividend of 40 centavos per share, no. So what else? Converge, we already discussed that. Bloom, Cebu Pacific, no. So yun nga, no, according to the Bureau of Treasury, national government is already at close to 13 trillion debt as of end of March, no, and the debt is already at 63.5% of our national gross domestic product, which is higher than the 60.5% recorded as of end last year, no. Of the total debt, no, to GDP ratio, domestic debt accounted for 44.4%, while foreign debt is at 19.1%, no. The next administration will have a hard time, no. So of course in other countries, more developed countries, it's much higher, no. as we progress, you need to borrow more. So that's not really a bad thing here, no? In other countries, in the US yata, I've seen 125 times debt over GDP. So we're not on a panic mode yet, but definitely it's above the international standard of 60%. So it only means once this debt to GDP ratio increase, no, the cost of borrowing will be much higher because the risk, the more risk, di ba? Baka hindi na tayo magbayad ng utang, no? That's the problem there, especially with BBM sitting, no? And he has a track record of not paying his debt, no? Biruin mo, he has a debt of around 201 billion or 211 billion pesos to our national government. And recently, they found that Picasso painting in one of Imelda's houses, that's around 8 billion, no? So how do you solve this 13 trillion debt? You find ways, no, to to ask the next president to pay, no? But wala, no? If you ask the 31 million voters who voted for BBM to pay that 200 billion, no, that's pwede rin, but I don't think they will pay, no? So that's a problem here. That's the risk of the next administration. That's the risk of higher debt to GDP, no? So yun nga, no, GDP at first quarter is up 8.3%, which is faster than the fourth quarter 7.8%, which is a turnaround from the same period last year, no? We had a contraction of 3.8%, no? So there. Our passcode for today is subscribe now, no? There are a lot of people, no, still listening to this channel. So let's continue, no? Sabi ko nga, this is just a hobby, no? Kita mo, ang tagal-tagal natin nag-uusap dito, kwentuhan lang, no? It's something na I try to simplify what's going on in the market. Parang kwentuhan lang. It's like a di ba? So let's monitor. Ang daming stocks, 52-week low, no? These are stocks na due for a bounce, no? Once they announce a DOF secretary, no? They announce a di ba? A clear plan, no? I'm expecting the market to bounce, but expect support, no? There will be a strong support in our index around 6,000 to 6,100. Definitely, I'm not looking at 4,000 levels anymore, no? Unlike before, there's a flash crash, no? Unless, of course, there's a black swan event, no? So Martin Romualdez will be sitting as the next speaker, no? That will consolidate the power of BBM, no? So don't expect any impeachment, no? Wala, malabo na yan, no? But I'm still bullish on our market, no? Let's be cautiously optimistic. It's the right term, no? There's a saying, sell in May and go away, but we try to buy as low as possible, no? We're just hoping for a smooth transition here, smooth, no? Historically nga, sabi ko, the market rallies on election year, no? Few months after election, no? After the next administration sits down, no? There's a what we call birth pains, no? So same thing happened when Donald Trump won, no, over Hillary Clinton. Sabi nila doomsday scenario, but we saw naman their market rally. Same thing will happen to us, no? Basta wala na magkagulo. That's why nga sabi, they're consolidating their power, no, sa Senate, sa Congress, no. They have the numbers, no. So let's just hope the next economic team will be much better, no. The next Department of Agriculture, no? Yun naman yun, nakasalalay lahat doon, no? Subscribe now, diba? Prof, who will benefit from the sale of Malampaya? Depends on the price, no? Of course, it looks like it's a fire sale, but it's very controversial, no? If you know, uh, Malampaya has been uh, on a decline, no? There's no more gas left there. That's why Shell and Chevron sold their stake there, no? It's a good exit from Shell and Chevron, no? They have a few uh wala, di ba? But it's a very controversial sale, but it also includes that the pipelines, eh, no? Of course, the players who will benefit there are most likely the power players, no? Meral, no? Kasi there will be some power shortage, eh, no? With Malampay running out of gas, no? Of course, with Dennis Uy selling that, no? It looks like I'm not I would be surprised if a Chinese company, no, decides to buy Malampay. It's a very strategic move for them, no. They're not there for the gas. They're there for other reasons, no. Ito, good day. After good GDP date release, apparently bank stocks are more sharply drop. Why, no? It's a market, no? Everyone was dropping, so it's a chain reaction effect, no? And it looks like BSP will be raising interest rates hike next week, no? So with the other day high inflation, it should be good reason for BSP to raise interest. Yeah, no. So they're raising interest rates next week. DD is consistently growing every year, and well balance sheet is willing to develop internationally. But why weak performance? Because DD has been removed from the MSCI small cap index. No, like what I said, it's a law of supply and demand, no? If no one wants it, then there's no way for it to go up, no? Right now, DD, no one wants DD, even institutional investors, no? Yeah, they have a strong balance sheet, but compare DD with Ali, compare DD with other property players, RLC, no? Why will investors, institutional investors, buy DD, no, at current price if they can buy Ali, which is the, or even SM Prime, no? Ganun lang yun, no? So DD has to really do well outside their comfort zone, and their property in Macapagal is one of the property that got affected recently because of Pogo outflows, no? It's just a supply and demand, no? No one's wanted, no? After their follow-on offering, and in fact, no, there's an overhang there, no? There's a big shareholder who continues to sell if there's a rally in Double Dragon, no? That big shareholder has an average price of around 2 pesos, no? 3 pesos in Double Dragon. So I don't want to name that big shareholder there, no? Why do you think impact from the worst CPI announcement from US and Gulf PSE even with stronger than expected domestic GDP growth, no? People are correlating US with Philippines, but in reality, no one cares about Philippines, no? We are a third world country. We are not an exporting country, no? We're just correlating that because there's no reason for our market to go up, no? There's a lot of uncertainty, no? So the locals cannot carry our market alone, no? SSS, GSIS, even the local funds cannot do it alone. That's why we need to elect a good leader. At least that good leader will help us improve our credit rating, no? So just imagine this international investors, no, selling their positions in our market, and will shift to other emerging markets, no? Kaya nga, that's the reason nga we're also monitoring the volume on our market. No? Just imagine the market dropped on a 10 billion value turnover, no? Because of a lot of uncertainties. JP Morgan downgraded us, no? So a lot of issues there, no? So there's some years na we have already decoupled from the US, no? There are times na US is up and we are also up. There are times US is down, Philippines is also down. But right now, there's no reason for our market to go up, no? because there's a lot of uncertainty. Inflation, unemployment rate, our GDP ratio, our GDP, which was driven by revenge spending, not government spending, no, things like that. Could you tell me relation between rate performance and BSP rate hike? No, you need to check first how much BSP is increasing their rate. No, for rate performance, no, there's a sell off because of the performance of the bonds. No, why nickel ore production volume decreased this first quarter despite lift the ban on open pit mining in what's this? What's 21 Q 2021 Q4, no? Of course, it's a cycle, no? You cannot just increase production. You also monitor the it's we are a tropical country, no? So there are rainy days, there are summer days, no? There are times na it's good to mine because the weather is good. There are times na no, no things are no, a lot are di ba? Dami nangyayari, no? It's a mining cycle, not especially with APL, no? This is another company, no? APL nga, they plan to start by end of May, but unfortunately by June, typhoon season na naman, so they will probably delay it again, no? Mining is a cyclical company, no? Oh, same with their uh, same with their production. Or there are good months and there are bad months, no? Real estate sectors apparently have had bad performance in terms of stock price. Is this because downgrade from JP Morgan, no? It's the whole well, people are afraid of that JP Morgan, but it's just same thing happened, no? We should be buying when they're uh, downgrading us, and we should be selling when they're upgrading us, no? It's uh, let's do the opposite there, no? Just imagine Ali, no? It's outflow, eh, no, from MSCI, no? That's why uh, they've been one of the worst performing property stocks out there. And nga, Junior, subscribe to your channel. Very insightful analysis. Thank you. Pasok si SGP sa MSCI small cap. Ano ibig sabihin nun, no? Yeah, we already discussed this, no? Expect more inflows, no? But like what I said, there's no appetite for this market. So I'm not really sure if the rally is sustainable, no? Ano ibig sabihin nun? May malaking galawan na ba yan soon? Sign na ba to add more, no? Grabe bagsak sa global and crypto. Sana makasurvive yung Philippine market. Yung plano kaya na magkaroon ng central bank digital currency, worth ba mag-buy or no if dumating man? Thanks as always. Tama kayo na parang wala nang legit reason para bumagsak. Parang shakeout lang ng mga brokers like yung Abacus sell down for no reason para i-pump ang SPNIC, no? Yeah, no, I'm monitoring SPNIC. But there's no appetite for our market, no? It's a birth pain for the next administration. No? There's a lot of overhang, no? People are waiting for that cabinet list, no? Of course, it's unofficial unless they declare it, no? Of course, we were ahead, no, with that announcement, no? We were right when Ben-Hur Abalos was, no, and it looks like the list is very accurate. We're just waiting for the DOF secretary. At least that would calm the market. If they choose a doctor for the DOF secretary, that's a problem for us. No? Kaya nga you need to get a competitive, competent person. No? Gaming Central, Prof, pa-explain man yung Semirara sa earnings. Ang laki kasi, pero bakit sell on news? Anong effect nito sa dividends niya, no? Of course, it's an outflow from MSCI. That's why it's may nauna na dyan, no? It got affected because of that news. With regards to their earnings, so people already anticipated that as early as last year, no? When coal prices are going up, no? So you just need to analyze that, no? And yun. And the results are very clear, no? They reported a good earnings, di ba? Ronnie Hartwell, WM. Gaming Central, sa C-rate kasi, Prof, may 10% tax from dividends, kaya 6% lang yield. I agree with you, no? But it's better than, di ba? But the upside are there, no? Anyway, let's monitor Raslag, no? As this new IPO, no, their director is Dennis Montesillo, who used to head BPI Capital before. is also looking, it looks like na BBM is looking to put him as DOF secretary, but I'm not really sure if he will accept. No, same with other bankers out there. Albert Baksal, Jason Chan, Jay Tan, Albert present. No, again, thank you very much for listening. No, so passcode for today is subscribe now. Thank you very much. Bye bye.